Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yes.
Fucking slaps. Really good.
I love Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Every time I watch one of them, I'm like, that's the best one I've ever seen in my life.
No, literally.
And then I watched this one, and it came out of it, and I was like, it's the best thing I've seen in my fucking life. I can't believe that a franchise, 7 movies in, is still making, like, the best.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Those movies have only gotten better.
Well, see, this is the thing.
As it goes along, which is insane.
The original Mission Impossible films, in my opinion, are all right.
They're fine.
Except 2. 2 is a masterpiece.
Like, 1's good, really good.
Yeah.
2...
masterpiece.
Yeah. 3 is probably the weakest.
Yeah.
Because it's boring.
When we get over to the recent end, Fallout, fucking phenomenal.
Ghost Protocol onwards.
Yeah.
Those movies, to me, genuinely are all 5-star movies to me. I think they're all absolutely incredible. They're some of, like, the best action movies of this century.
No,
they're
it's
all
insane.
Incredible.
I feel like every Mission Impossible film, especially the new ones, all have a moment where you sit and go, this is the greatest film ever made.
Yeah, exactly. Brian De Palma, when he does, like, the cool, like, tilted camera.
And
like, that's cool, I love that.
And this, it's the train sequence.
The train sequence, but also...
The car chase was great.
The car chase, the first, like, 30 minutes, too, I think are just incredible. Like, I think it's a very interesting Mission Impossible movie because it's got this very unique tone that is very different to the other ones.
Yeah.
Where it's got this weird, like, the first, like the cold open for it, which is really fucking long. I was surprised at how long, like,
when does the cold open end?
It felt like half an hour.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like 20 minutes to half an hour.
What's the scene afterwards? Oh, I'm sorry, what's the scene before?
Because it's the scene in the submarine.
Yeah.
There's that, and then there's the sandstorm, like, sequence.
Yeah.
And there's also the conference room meeting, and there's also that other scene where he's talking about when he gets, like, the mission.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it goes on for quite a while before it actually does, like, the cold open. It doesn't do it until, like, Tom Cruise takes his, like... He does, like, that thing that's doing every single one, and every single time it gets me when someone takes a mask off, and it's a different person! Like, it's so, like, every single one does it, and every single time I'm like...
Fucking cheering.
I love cinema. It's just cinema.
No, literally.
It literally is just cinema. But, like...
I
it's
am in awe. I saw it at midnight,
Mm.
Which was the best choice I ever could have made. And there's something about it that's just peak Hollywood blockbuster.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Okay, so comparing it to the other big action film of this year, John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
John Wick, I think I like a bit more. But John Wick is, it's artistic. There's the fucking top-down scene that made me want to, like, genuinely pull my fucking pants off. Like, there's a lot of scenes like that which are like, you look at it and you go, yes, very artsy. Whilst Mission Impossible, the entire way through, it's the stunts that are what are insane about it. It's not necessarily the fucking colours, the way, all the, like, the technical aspects. Those are obviously really well done, but it's not like it's brimming with ideas, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, if John Wick is a stew with a very unique flavour, the Mission Impossible is like just a really fucking good, like, fucking tomato soup. Like, it's just really, really fucking good.
Yeah. But you know what, though? It's funny, because to me, I would say, I do think it's got, like, a similar artistic feel to John Wick.
There is
in the sense of
fucking weird ass, like, weird in a good way, ass shots in this one.
Yeah, like, I think, like, I really actually love... I know some people have had issues with it, but I actually really love the editing of it.
Yeah.
I think the film's editing is really, really interesting, and unlike the rest of the movie, it has this weird... I feel like the film has this very, like, paranoid vibe to it.
Yeah.
Because it's this, and it feels like, obviously, like, that, like, conference room scene in, like, the first, like, in, like, the opening act is really... It's really well shot. The way it, like, is constantly, like... I kind of what's interesting about it is that the dialogue in that scene, it is exposition.
Yeah.
But but there's something about the way again, I think it helps that the actors they've gotten a lot of just great, like, you know, dudes rock kind of actors, like Carrie Always and fucking Henry like Czerny and like all of these actors who are excellent anyway on their own, where it's like when you have them delivering that dialogue, it's like, I don't care if it's just a ton of exposition.
No, literally.
It sounds fucking cool. And it, like, because it, like, the whole, like, story of it, of, like, the AI, like, this evil AI that's kind of running things, sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Especially when it's, like, you know, it just sounds really silly, but I think the way it's handled in this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's, like, it has, like, again, like, I really dig that it like, they don't show it too much, the AI itself, but when you do see it, it's like, it has like it's kind of like there's like a creepiness to it.
Yeah.
Like it really, like, I mean, it's not a horror movie, but it like leads into, like, it's got this kind of haunting like feeling, the movie, especially in that first like opening where it's very quiet.
Yeah.
Like the music's very like, and like it's like just that opening. I think it's incredible the way it like opens and the tone that it sets.
Yeah.
Because it's still a Mission Impossible movie. It's still quite funny. There's a lot of really good bits in it, and like some, you know, it's like one of like the great like bits in the movie is Shea Wiggum, who's like chasing Ethan Hunt like through the movie, and there's that bit where like he keeps grabbing people's like faces, trying to like tear off the faces and wear a mask, and it's like these done a couple of times. It's great, and obviously the chemistry between the main team, like Benji and all that, and like it's still just incredible. Like that, like the airport sequence
is so much fun.
Is great, and again, like that's not an action sequence. It's just, but again, it's so well directed. The way it like jumps between all these different, like, it's just, I like. What's just incredible, I think, most about this movie is the fact that it's about 163 minutes.
Yeah.
Very long.
I didn't want it to end though.
And I didn't want it to end, and also it didn't feel long at all. Like and I think as well as it's a part one.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of excuse a part one feeling slower, because it kind of, a lot of part ones exist to, you know, lay the groundwork. Like for what part two will be. Part two is kind of where the rewards.
See, that's what's kind of blowing my mind. If this is obviously the setup part, what the fuck is part two?
Exactly. Yeah,
Holy
it's
shit,
like
that might change cinema.
Like, because part one works so well as its own movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can watch it and it has a start, middle, and end.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, obviously it leaves the door open for a part two. It doesn't conclude everything, but it includes, like, it's one of them, like, the film concludes enough.
Yeah.
Where you can watch it and go, yeah, okay, I'm happy with it. Like, I'm excited to see where the story goes next.
Yeah.
But I'm satisfied with the movie I got. It wasn't like Fast X, where Fast X just didn't have an ending. They just cut it.
Which is a bold choice.
Yeah, or like, and even to some extent across the Spider-Verse. I do think the Spider-Verse ending is overall very good, and I think I do leave that film satisfied. But I do think Mission Impossible does the part one ending a bit better.
Yeah.
Because it's not a direct cliffhanger. It's more just like this is next.
Yeah.
We're saving that for later.
Yeah.
But it's one of them, because I can't imagine. I think as well, like, I can't imagine this film as just one movie at the same time. Like, it works on its own as a movie, but again, it's like it's just this really interesting thing where it's like it works so well as its own movie, but also I completely see why they went, no, this was a two-parter, because the story they're telling, there's a lot
that it wants to
tell, and there's a lot of ideas. And
obviously, if this was going to be one movie, this part one and part two were meant to be one movie originally. I don't want to lose any of this movie.
Exactly. That's exactly. That's the thing. Is I think what's interesting about it is that it's like I can't, because it's one of them. Like, a lot of these like part one, part two things, they can be frustrating sometimes, because some of them it's like there's no reason. Like Breaking Dawn.
Yeah.
There was no fucking reason for that to be a two-parter.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was let's make it two films so we can get more success.
Yeah.
Same with the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
There was another one where they had the two-parter, and it was like there was no reason for it to be a two-parter, and it's like Harry Potter, I'd probably say, is one of the better examples of a two-parter.
Fuck yeah.
That is very much a two-parter.
Yeah.
Like, ends with a cliffhanger and everything, like part one. That is like that, like to me, like Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 feel like one film.
Yeah.
Like it's less of like, so it's one of them, it's not the most satisfying end, part one, because it is literally just a full-on cliffhanger, but it's like, that's the only way I feel like, like, I can see why it was done that way, because it's a big story, definitely, so it made sense to make that a two-part. Like, there's no way you'd be able to tell that story in one film. I mean, you know, it's without cutting far too much out, it would just be completely completely incomprehensible. But it's like, with this, they just did a really clever job of just making a film that felt complete, that has a ton of just fantastic action and a really satisfying story with an end point, while going, okay, like, we'll see you next year. Like, it's one of them, it's you come out of it satisfied with what you got, but also eager to see what's next, rather than just being eager to see what comes next. Which is kind of, you know, which to me is kind of what Across the Spider-Verse felt like. It's a great movie, and Spider-Verse's ending is very, you know, it is satisfying. There is a, you know, you can watch it, but I think the bigger thing with that is, oh my god, like, what happens next? That sort of takes over from, that was a really great film on its own.
No, I completely
it's like that thing of like, you know, you have like Mission Impossible where it's so focused on making sure it's still a complete film. If I was saying, like, Tom Cruise said he didn't want to have a cliffhanger or like a proper, like, you know, oh, like, Tom Cruise is about to fall off the train, oh, cut to black. Nothing like that, which is sort of like fucking Fast X basically did. Like, like, oh no, what's gonna happen to Vin Diesel? Like,
that Fast X ending.
It's terrible. It's an absolutely awful ending. Because it just, the film, you come out of Fast X feeling like you've only seen half of a film. It's like,
well, in Fast X's case, it feels like you come out seeing fucking 4/5 of the movie.
And then it's a bit like, where's the rest of it? Like,
it's like the ending's gonna be fucking DLC.
It just ends, and it's like, it's a completely unsatisfying end. You come out of it less excited for what comes next, or even just enjoying the fact that you watched the complete movie, and more just like, okay, okay, it's finished.
No,
let's
literally.
go. Like, it's like this weird vibe that it has, where it's like, and because we're getting a lot of these now, like, especially this year, we've had 3 like part ones basically.
Major ones,
major ones, and it's like,
even though I argue the Flash ends on a cliffhanger.
Well, like, but it'd be like less like cliffhangers, but like direct part ones, like part one movies. We've had a lot now, and it's like, and it's just interesting because I'd say Mission Impossible is the one that I think easily ends the most.
Absolutely.
In the most satisfying way.
While
Across the Spider-Verse is still very good. It is a cool ending. But it's still reliant on a cliffhanger. That goes into the next one. And Fast X is just obscene.
No, I completely agree. This one ends very satisfyingly, which kind of blew me away.
And it's like, you know, like, you've gotten all this incredible action, and then you come out of it like happy. I mean, because even like, the action again is just, oh my god.
Fuck me. I mean, I feel like we don't even need to talk about the Mission Impossible action because it feels like, you know what I mean?
No,
you just know it's good.
It's funny to think that, like, the stunt though that's in the trailers, the main stunt, the pushing, is probably the weakest part of the film. It's still great, but it's like, I think like the car chase, the fucking, like, the sequence in the airport, but also as well, like, the train.
The fucking...
everything on the train is...
the falling trains made me want to, like, scream.
Fucking outstanding.
It's
just an incredible fucking, like, filmmaking, and it's just, like, the action in those movies is just second to none. And it's just, you know, because as well, like, they're very different, like John Wick. John Wick has incredible action, but their action's very different. It's more, like, hand to hand.
Well, it's
and,
super
like,
stylized and shit, isn't it?
Whereas, with like Mission Impossible is a bit more, it's like more traditional action.
It's rarely ever Tom Cruise fighting someone. It's more so Tom Cruise fucking escaping
somewhere, or like jump, or having to do like jump somewhere and stuff like it. There's always like an incredible stunt in each of them, and it's like, but it's funny in this one where it's like the stunt that they push the most, to me, like, is nothing compared to the other stuff they do.
Absolutely.
Like, again, like, I mean, that car chase, because what's incredible about that car chase sequence, it's quite long. That car chase, it goes on for a very long time. Never gets dull.
No.
It keeps going, but it never gets dull.
No, it's fantastic.
It's constantly throwing new things at you. And then when it ends, it's like, okay, it ends exactly when it should, and it's like the action is just, so tightly
It's
constructed.
Fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Like brilliant movie.
Yeah.
It for me it won Mission Barbenheimer. I know that you believe differently.
I believe
For
differently,
me, it
but
won easily.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really think Paramount fucked up though.
Oh yeah.
By releasing it where they did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what the fuck they were thinking.